My name's Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff, where I'll make a healthy dinner from start to finish and pair it with wines from around the world. Let's fill up that glass.
Hi, I'm Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff. Today, we're going to be making duck confit. It is by special request from a few subscribers and an Instagram follower. So I'm very excited to do that. And I'm pairing it with this amazing Pinot by special request. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but let's start. We want to cure our duck legs. And so in here I have some kosher salt with a little bit of sea salt, but just either or is fine. To that I'm going to be adding cracked black pepper that I already did, ground up for you, and some actual crushed garlic. All this is going to infuse all this wonderful flavor into the duck legs. Now, to that, let me move this aside so I can cut some of this up. I have some fresh thyme here. If you don't have fresh, you could use dried herbs here too. Dried herbs will work fine. And I have some tarragon here. And sometimes you can get tarragon, and sometimes it's just tarragon from the stores. So you, like I say, dried is perfectly fine here too. I found fresh. I love to use the fresh ingredients. I always love to use fresh ingredients. So let's just chop these up really, really quickly. And let's just get them in to our bowl over here. Let's slide that in. And what you want to do is just want to get in here and with your fingers, get everything going with that coarse kosher salt or that sea salt and all those fresh herbs. Now let me grab the duck legs out of the fridge for you. Now we have our duck legs here, and it is leg and thigh attached, as you could see right here. Now what you want to do is you want to go in here and you want to get this on all sides and rub it in like so. You want to definitely give it a nice little massage, and let's get them all in here. And I will do this for each one of these, and I know it looks like a lot of salt because this was a quarter cup of salt, but don't you worry, we are gonna remove that salt in the end, and this is gonna go in the fridge for about 24 hours. Yes, that is a long time, but we are going to be curing these. So you'll see the actual meat change color. So let me finish up on these, and I'll show you what I do to make sure, because you don't want air touching these at all. So let me finish up giving these massages, and I'll be right back. Okay, after we got that nice salt cure on them, what we want to do next is get some plastic wrap down onto the actual duck legs themselves. So what you don't want is any air touching the duck legs. So first, you can wrap each one of these if you want. I don't think it's necessary. I've seen people wrap every single duck leg. But they're nice, snug, and tight down in there. And get that plastic wrap around them like so. And then what I do is I get another sheet and I take it right across the bowl like so. And do another sheet right across the bowl just like that. And that is all nice and tight, no air going in. This is going to go in the fridge for 24 hours just to cure that meat and infuse all those flavors. So we'll see you tomorrow. 24 hours later, and our duck is cured. Let's take a look. Now remember, all that salt we want to get off of the duck. And now look at the moisture that comes out of the duck. And see the different color that it turned into? That's from curing the duck. So what we have to do now is wash all the salt rub off of there, else it'll be way, way, way too salty. So let me take this over here and let's wash this off the duck. Now it's very important that you actually use cold water for this and just run it under water just like this so you can get all the salt off. And then you want to put it in a paper towel and dry. So we're just going to take off all the salt on all these and get them all dried off. Now we have the salt cure all washed off and we're dried off on our duck legs. Now it's a very easy duck confit. It is a French method of cooking, of low and slow and preserving the meat. It's all about preservation of the meat. And you could actually keep this in your duck fat in your fridge once cooked for a week or 2 weeks. So that's what it was all about back then. But it turns out so delicious. First of all, tip on duck fat. It comes a couple different ways. I got it in liquid form. It could come solid. You can just heat it up and it renders out exactly like this. Now, a very good tip is, let me turn it so you guys can see, is that you want this duck fat to be 200 degrees. I just checked it. It is 200 degrees. It's at that sweet spot. So 200 degrees, between 200 and 220, that's where you want to be. Let's throw in some more of our aromatics into our duck fat just to flavor it up. Even though our duck legs are already infused with that, cured with, I'm putting some garlic cloves in here that I palm smashed just to open them up. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to drop our duck right into there, and it is going to be skin side up. So the duck is going in. Okay, and as you can see, the duck is completely submerged. That is important, that all of our duck is submerged in our duck fat. I did it in a pan here that I normally don't do it in because of there's too much space. The tighter that you do it, meaning they're tight together, the less duck fat that you use. Now that they're all submerged into the duck fat, now we have the oven set at 250 degrees. You can do this on the burner too. It's just you got to keep watching. Even you could have it on your lowest. It goes above 200. Even if it goes above 200, it's okay, just not much above it. Now parchment paper going right on it, just like so, to keep all that duck underneath our nice hot duck fat there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our lid on it like so. And I am going to put this in the oven. Once again, it's 250 degrees right now. It's going to go low and slow for 3 hours. I got to be super careful since this is full of duck fat. So excuse me if it takes me a little bit of time to get this in here. I do not want to spill any of it. Okay. Super simple. It's that easy. Now we're going to let that go for 3 hours, and I'm going to pull it out and show you how it flakes apart. And then we'll sear up that skin because that's the best part. It smells so good in here. Let's take a look at what 3 hours look like at roasting in the duck fat. Ooh, wow, it smells really, really good. So let's take this off, and they will definitely shrink up a lot. I just want to warn you that too. So they're not going to be this huge duck leg that you put in. Definitely shrink up a lot. Let's put that aside. Let's take a look at them. Let's take a look at them. They all look very, very delicious. Look at that. Now you want to let them rest. You want to let them rest here for a good hour in this hot oil until you're able to touch it and cool it. So we'll let that rest, and while that rests, let's talk about our wine. Mer Soleil. It is a delicious, delicious Pinot from Santa Lucia Highlands. It has notes of dark cherry, blueberry with cocoa. And it tastes like cherry cobbler with a little bit of cola. It is so delicious. I've had this before and I loved it so much. I had to bring it back by special request by me because I enjoyed it so much, and I knew that it would pair up with this duck confit. So delicious. So we're gonna let this rest for an hour. We're gonna pull them out of their duck fat and they're gonna crisp up the actual skin, and it's gonna be amazing. And a tip for you also, if you want to keep, this will keep for a long time in your refrigerator just by letting this cool and putting the whole thing with the duck legs in the refrigerator in the duck fat. And don't throw away that duck fat. It is so delicious. You can use it for weeks on end. So don't throw away that duck fat. My favorite thing about duck confit is the crispy skin. So I am going to do 2 of these, and I just have a little bit of duck fat in the pan. And the other 2 are going to be for dinner. Now, do not touch them when they hit the pan, because what's going to happen is that they're stuck to the pan right now. So they will release themselves, and anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes they'll release and they'll be golden brown. I have this on a medium heat right now, to medium high, and once they crisp up, I am ready to dive in. They're going to be amazing. Before I dig into this duck confit, I would first like to thank all my subscribers. And thank you for asking me to do this. I was so excited. And if you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my recipes. And don't forget to like and share and ring that bell, because I have a new recipe every week. I can't wait any longer. I'm ready to dig in. This duck confit is definitely a labor of love. I will tell you this much. I think my favorite part is this crispy skin. Oh, look at this. Look how it just flakes apart. It is so amazing. I gotta get some skin on there. I'm telling you, because that's my favorite part. Oh my God. Wow. The flavors are just amazing. You are definitely gonna love this. Don't just do 4, you probably do 8, because you are gonna want more. Thanks so much for stopping by Wine and Dine with Jeff, and we'll see you next week.